He's in.
Hey guys, we're back, and we're going to be bringing you some TSG versus Jungle Cleave action. Champloo is choosing to play Holy Paladin. He had the option of Rest of Shaman. I kind of agree with the Holy Paladin decision. It's a much better healer. It's more versatile against the Cleave setting than the Rest of Shaman choice. And I'm going to imagine the Jungle Cleave. They could start two different ways. They could go really aggressive onto DJ Ratslayer and try and all in him. Nagrand's a decent map for trying to do that, but at the same time, Champloo is going to have to do a good job faking through the interrupts of Lociro and Sadist, dealing with the stun combos, kiting efficiently, and just positioning really well so his team can assist him when he needs it, and at the same time he can kite when he needs to. But of course, I imagine this TSG is going to be going right after Champloo's, maybe a couple swaps to switch form, but general TSG strat, tunnel that healer, get him down quick. And again, Sadist here probably going to be charging in right away. Maybe wait, try and pull the Feral Druid out, but no, Lucira coming in with the icy touches. Just going to be purging down his target and choosing actually to start onto Jyrese the Hunter. So I imagine they're going to be using a Fear onto Champloo's here shortly, as he is just showing on some heals. The Asphyxiate for CC. Jyrese definitely the target of choice here, but DJ Ratslayer with the Murder of Crows and Black Arrow is going to be taking quite a lot of damage. He's using the Tiger's Lust. He's trying to kite out of there. He's going to be able to top himself efficiently for 8 now, and Switch Form taking a lot of damage. The Shield Wall coming out. He's dipping to about 127,000 HP with a Fear onto Champloo's. A Trap onto Jyrese. Unfortunately, I think that was missed onto Champloo's. Nice hoping the Avenging Wrath. He's going to be able to top off Switch Form here shortly, I would imagine, but he is LOSing him quite heavily, chasing after DJ Ratslayer, and Switch Form popping the Incarnation, but he's going to get CC'd pretty heavily on it. Forces the Monk Bubble right away. I really like that Monk Bubble from Ratslayer, just acknowledging the cooldowns, trading it off efficiently, and now Champloo's into the Asphyxiate, Switch Form into the DR leg sweep, and Champloo's getting swapped to with that charge stun. He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage, but he throws out a Hodge onto Sadist, not getting dispelled. He's going to sit that, and all the pressure is starting to switch onto DJ Ratslayer with no Life Cocoon available. He's going to pour it out of there with Tiger's Lust. He's just doing his best job to kite. Of course, Feral Druids are a much harder target to get away from. Spamming that Soothing Mist, trying to juke out the interrupts. I believe he did fake out Switch Form's Skull Bash there, so he should be able to top himself off efficiently here. Wyvern Stinger on a Sadist. He does dispel it. Good dispel there by DJ Ratslayer, but a DR trap nonetheless. The Asphyxiate coming onto Champloo's. They're trying to get some damage onto Switch Form with that Storm Bolt, but he's just not taking any. Champloo's doing a great job healing this game. The Incapacity onto Jyrese. As I say that, the Feral Wall is forced once again onto Switch Form. He's dipping pretty low, and he has no more walls available, but the Murder of Crows is onto DJ Ratslayer. Tiger's Lust once again rolling out of there, trying to kite, and he has this kiting pattern between both pillars, and it's working out for him right now, but his mana is starting to take a hit. And now Switch Form, again, like I was saying, he has no shield walls available, and he's chasing very aggressively. He has no defensive cooldowns left. Champloo's into the Incapacitate. Can they follow that up, though? The Storm Ball on Switch Form, he could just go down. The Bop coming out at the last second. The Asphyxiate, he's going to bubble that immediately and try and top him off. Nice clone with that Bop onto Sadist, though. He's going to buy himself some time right now and avoid that almost always lethal execute. But now Switch Form taking quite a bit of damage. That bubble is over. He's choosing to pop the Avenging Wrath. ArenaMonster going for as many heals as he can. DJ Ratslayer just under no pressure. Sadist also not really under a lot of pressure. He's got all of his defensive cooldowns available. Enrage, Regen, Rally, Parry. He's not going to go down to this damage right now. Lucira popping the AMS aggressively, trying to avoid some CC, but Switch Form goes down to the pressure, and the TSG just outlasting the Jungle Cleave there.
Wow. Well, the damage that TSG did was unreal. Everyone's sitting pretty close there on the DPS charts, except for Lucira, putting out 1.7 million damage. In effect, about 1.5 times the Jungle Cleave's DPS output there. And it seemed like over the course of that game, really good pressure there for a while onto DJ Ratslayer X. But once Sadists finally got out of the continual roots in the Wire Instincts, it came back. Shield walls ran out on the Feral, and it seemed like that was the game.
You know, it's something to point out almost is the amount of healing done by Switch Form that game. Did almost 700,000, did 600,000 even almost. And that's an incredible amount of healing. It really shows that's like the singular strength of Feral, is that and then Incarn and Zerker. I mean, they really just put out damage in a hurry. And if they can't get us killed during that, you know, they have to get either every single cooldown and then just have enough CC left over to get a kill, or they have to kill during that Incarn. And that's really the strength of Jungle. They didn't execute it here with any luck. They can get it down in the next match, though. So we're going to try and get that done as fast as possible. With any luck, they will do it.
Yeah, and of course, these are all best of threes right now. So if they lose this next game, they are out, unfortunately for them. But I did like the cross CC they had on the Sadist. They were locking him down relatively well, but eventually he was just able to connect onto Switch Form the Feral Druid. They got through the walls, they get through the bubble, the bop. They basically just outlast the cooldowns, and they couldn't connect onto DJ Ratslayer long enough to kill him after his first life cocoon. So the TSG was definitely sitting comfortable that game. We're going to see if the Jungle Cleave can put on more pressure than they did. And we are trying to queue up here for possibly the last match of the series.
And just a quick shout out to Vadric L, the creator of this add-on. He's done an amazing job really working with Blizzard to make this work out. And with any luck on Tuesday, this add-on will be even better with all the bug fixes that Blizzard has worked on it, doing work with Vadric to get that done. So we do appreciate both Blizzard and Vadric working on that. It's been a real help.
A lot of work by both Holinka and Laura reaching out and trying to get Blizzard to take note of this add-on. And Holinka has mentioned that they have been trying to accommodate this add-on with their own wargame system, try to make games run more smoothly. And they did say they were looking into wargame errors. So hopefully as more work comes into bug fixes, picking maps will be an easier process. Right now it's a very difficult thing for us to do. So maps aren't as smooth as we may like, but hopefully soon they will be.
Yeah, and this next game is going to be played on Tolvaron Arena. It can be pretty challenging to chase a monk on this map. It's very big, it's very open. At the same time, it's going to let them CC Sadist a lot easier as well. But we're going to have to see if the Jungle Cleave chooses to be as aggressive as they were last game. I would imagine so. Lucia, again, just spamming the icy touches, trying to clear those buffs. It's important to do that at the start of the game. Just lower the strength of the enemy team by purging off the mastery buff and everything else. But Jaire's the target once again. Sadist actually the target this time. Nice Feral charge into Bash. A trap should land out of that shortly. Yes, the full trap lands. Sadist popping the Recklessness. But is this the right time? He's using Taunt to get into that D stance with the Blade Storm, but he's still dipping really low here. He has to cancel it. Pop the in-range regen and the parry there to answer some of the damage, but Switch Form didn't use his incarnation, so that means Sadist is in a lot of trouble here with the Hodge and the DJ Ratslayer. The parry is going to fall here shortly. A full clone on DJ Ratslayer. He's not going to be able to life cocoon in that. He could just go down. He chooses to trinket. Oh my god, he might have life cocooned into that clone. The Rallying Cry barely coming out. 250,000 HP. He's going to get topped off for now. And Champlu's having to blow that Avenging Wrath. He's into the Asphyxiate Switch Form now, taking a lot of damage. Nice pop onto him. I like that ahead of time. But it does get purged off very quickly. But now the Incarnation coming out. A full trap on the DJ Ratslayer. Sadist in quite a bit of trouble choosing to Heroic Leap, trying to kite and LOS Jaire's, but he's just not able to. He's put into the triple rake stun from the Incarnation. The life cocoon is forced on that Hodge. Nice use of that cooldown there, using it when he was stunned. Now he's into the half trap. Switch Form also taking a lot of damage though on his own Incarnation. The bubble from the Beacon of Light is popped. Champlu's trying to spam out that freedom, trying to keep his Feral Druid as mobile as he can onto Sadist because he is dipping low as well. Both of the Feral and the Warrior taking quite a bit of damage, but Switch Form might just go down. He's in execute range. Boom, headshot, gonna go down. Champlu's bubble not enough to answer the damage of Sadist and Lucero.
Actually, insane amount of damage are coming out at the end, and really showcasing why ARMS is so retardedly strong right now with that execute. Really just demolishing Switch Form, just instantly killing him. Really, you could barely see it. If you blinked, you would have missed that, honestly. And something to catch up on that was right there at the end. Switch Form getting locked out in that clone looked like he may not have even been able to wall. If I remember right, keeps him from doing that. Pretty scary spot for them where that is the end of the end of the match now, and now we have a 2-0 in the favor of that TSG. They'll be moving on to the next round, and I'm really excited about that. I want to see that TSG against the God Comp